It's Monday, brothers, and that means one thing. It's time to talk some Warhammer rumours, and today is quite juicy because not only have we got 40k stuff to talk about, we actually have Warhammer The Old World stuff to talk about as well. Now, with the 40k stuff, it is going to be focusing mostly on the Space Marine stuff because there's rumours out there on the internet that apparently their Codex has been delayed. Is that true? We'll explore that in a second. Also, I want to talk about some stuff that people have been bombarding me with. I do have some rumors about potential rules in the Space Marine Codex and also explore some other things as well. So let's jump in and, of course, let's get waffling. As always, please remember everything that we're about to talk about is a rumor. All rumors are considered lies. Please do not take them as facts. If you want to take them as facts, that's down to you. That is not down to me. Do not shoot the messenger if none of this comes true. Rumors are rumors. They are not facts. Now let's start with the Space Marines' so-called delayment of their codex, and this is coming from a French channel called AS Miniatures. I'll include the link in the description of that channel if you want to go and check it out, but please be aware, it is all in French. It does have like auto-translate on there, but this is YouTube doing auto-translate. But the gist of it is apparently that chap is saying that one of the reasons why maybe stuff hasn't been seen so far about the Space Marine Codex, the hype really hasn't been there, it's taken them so long to really get stuff out, is apparently because that Space Marine Codex has been delayed. Now, from the whispers that I listen to when I put my foil on and it connects to my mind, I've heard nothing in terms of the Space Marine Codex being delayed. Of course, the Orc Codex is about to come out this week. Is it this week or maybe next week? I think it's next week on Saturday, and then after that it's then the build up to that Space Marine release of a codex. From what I've been hearing is that apparently by the end of September we should start seeing a little bit more teases. Maybe the start of October is when they do the big tease at LVO, because LVO is on the 1st of October. We get to see some of the spicy Space Marine stuff that is still yet to be shown off. Potentially that brand new Dreadnought, potentially the captain on a bike, and then we get a reveal date for that Space Marine Codex. So if anything, the Space Marine Codex is probably going to be out anyway around October time. So a month away at least to get your hands on the Space Marine stuff. And just on the subject of LVO and reveal shows, I actually do think it makes sense that they do show off the Space Marine Codex there, or the contents of what's going to be coming out of the Space Marine Codex, and of course that brand new kill team that we've been waffling about now for months upon months upon months on this channel, and that is of course the Legion of the Damned versus the Orc Nob kill team, because they can show that off and they can put that kill team out around the same time of that Space Marine Codex. Brand new box. Of course, we don't know what's going to be in the box in terms of terrain and stuff like that, but from what I've been hearing from my whispers, whom I trust, is that on one side, Legion of the Damned, all fancy models, banner bearers, stuff like that. On the other side, of course, the Orc Nobs that we've already seen revealed in that Orc Codex. It's just waiting now for Games Workshop to reveal the bloody thing. Now, pushing on to some Space Marine rumors that I've heard in terms of rules, this really should be no surprise to anyone, because a lot of people have been bombarding me, Valrak, have you heard anything about detachments and stuff like that? The only rule that I've heard is apparently Primaris Marines are going to be able to get into the bog standard Rhino that we have right now. Currently, Primaris Marines cannot get into that Rhino, but Games Workshop are going to be changing it, because in the far future, in the distance, the Rhino is going to be getting a brand new kit. And when I say a brand new kit, I'm not sure if they're going to increase the size of it. I'm not sure if they're going to add hover tech to it, which I don't think they will. I think they're just going to keep it the same, maybe just make it a bit more of a smoother transaction when you come to build it. Maybe they'll increase the size a tad, but is increasing the size a tad really a bad thing on the tabletop? I don't know. I'll let you chaps answer that. But of course, that then falls into the rumor of the Rhino and the Land Raider staying and the rest of the Firstborn stuff going into Legends. Again, I don't want to believe that. I really don't want to believe that, but I've heard this from sources that I do trust, but it's something that I'm just saying no. No, please don't tell me this. Don't show me this, because there's so much cool Firstborn stuff that doesn't deserve to go the way of Legends. But I guess we'll see, hopefully, in a couple of months, how bad or how good it is going to be for Space Marine Firstborn stuff and Space Marine vehicles as a whole. And jumping from 40k, let's just go to the old world for a few, and I'm going to put the image up in the background right now. This was sent to me multiple times, of course, over on my social media, because I am really a big fan of Warhammer The Old World. I've got my full 2,000 plus dwarf army here, ready to absolutely smite and put you in the book. But it seems there's some juicy rumours hitting online. So this is coming from someone called Jav Guerrero and Curse of Sigmar. Sorry, I probably just butchered their names. I'm so sorry, lads. It says, hey all, I'm hearing some sort of confirmation of what Curse of Sigmar has already shared with us, but perhaps a bit more detail. I can't vouch for how reliable this is, because of course you can't. Rumours are rumours, but I imagine it's relatively accurate. What is coming in the first wave of the Tomb Kings is new Tomb King chariots, new Tomb King cavalry, multi-purpose, not quite a dual kit, but different loadouts, and new Tomb Kings on a chariot model. Now, that does make sense because, again, way back, what I was hearing is that what initially Games Workshop planned to do was to actually redo the Tomb King and the Bretonnia stuff, but what we got with the first iteration of that box set was just new HQs and a bunch of old models. I've been hearing a lot more stuff on top of this, apparently, for Bretonnia. Bretonnia is supposed to be getting some spicy stuff, and I'm hoping that they start, of course, with the cavalry, because that's what Bretonnia is all about. New Knights of the Realm, you know, maybe new Squires, I don't know, just awesome Bretonnia stuff. That's what we need. So to hear the Tomb King stuff now coming to fruition, and maybe that is going to be an avalanche effect adding on to the Tomb King stuff. And of course, on top of that, out of all of this, if you want to talk about avalanches, hopefully no pun intended, Kislev, of course, is supposed to be rumoured to be launching the next edition. I don't know how true that is, but I think that would make an absolute massive statement if Kislev got pushed into the front, into the limelight, and we could see that range, because that is one of the most badass ranges, one of the most badass factions in Warhammer The Old World. Just to see Kislev, you know, potential bear riders and stuff like that would be absolutely bloody insane. I think by the end of this year, we should have a clear picture where we're going, of course, with Warhammer 40,000, the Tau Codex, the Custody Codex. I don't think both of those codexes are going to be out by the end of this year. If the rumors are, you know, lining up and the Space Marine Codex does come out in October, maybe Games Workshop can push one of those codexes out by the end of November. Of course, the Tau with the new broadsides, the new Crisis suits, and apparently another new suit. Custodies, from what I'm hearing at the moment, because you've more or less got that range refresh with plastics, all I'm hearing is kind of like a new HQ for you chaps at this moment in time. Maybe something like a brand new Battle Force box set where you can get all that stuff in for a cheaper cost. But again, maybe one of those codexes coming out this year, not both of those codex. And of course, that is not then including the plastic Warhound, which I feel at this moment in time, again, this is just pure theory mode. This is pure theory that I think the plastic Warhound may be the Christmas reveal. That's what I'm doing. Plastic Warhound Christmas reveal. There's a lot of people that want a Primarch. Hell, I'd take another Primarch for Christmas, right? Give me Rogal Dawn, give me Lehman Russ, give me Vulcan. We got a big Vulcan video coming this week. If you're into the Salamanders, if you're into Vulcan, Armageddon, start getting ready, boys, because we are getting that hype going. But yes, it could be a Primarch this Christmas, but I'm jumping into the pool of rumors, and I'm trying to do my best to do a logical approach to this, not my fandom approach. And I think it's going to be that plastic Warhound Titan for the big reveal. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's something bigger. Maybe it's something smaller. Who the hell knows at this point? But we're only a couple of months away now from Christmas. I don't care what you say, right? Santa's coming, and hopefully he brings a Titan with him down the chimney for me this year. Anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Enough waffling for you today. This may be the first of 2 videos, because Games Workshop are releasing a reveal today. They said there's 2 reveals coming. One could be 40k, one could be AOS, one could be Necromunda. It could be no 40k. We don't know. But if there is another reveal, I'll be back and we'll be waffling even bloody more. See you soon. Have a great day, evening, night, wherever around the world, and bye-bye.